Hey guys, it's Edwin here, and I hope you are having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to talk about how do you deal with these feelings of missing the narcissist or missing that abusive ex or that abusive ex partner. You see, something about the aftermath of a toxic relationship is it will not be that easiest experience to maneuver, especially if you are walking that journey or walking this journey alone. Let's say you don't have any professional help, you're just doing it alone. It's draining, and one of the most difficult things, or one of those the most difficult experiences you'll have, is these feelings, or coming to terms with these feelings of missing the abuser. Like, your mind will be filling you with thoughts like how can you really miss someone who's put you through various atrocities? How can you miss someone who's made your life a living hell? So the narcissist or your past abusive ex-partner did things to you. They did things to you which is, of course, will be difficult to just forget about them or to just ignore them. They put you on a pedestal early on in the relationship, like they love bombed you, they showered you with words of affection, and then later on they started devaluing you and then discarding you. So you may miss the good yet brief and intense moments you had early on in the relationship, in the idealization phase, and you may also miss who they were. You may also miss what they promised you. You may also miss those enjoyable moments you had together. But before we dive deeper into this, I just want us to first understand what it really means to miss something. Like, what is the nature of missing someone? So, missing is actually an intense longing or an intense desire for something or for someone. So, it's the longing for reconnection. So, it can be the longing for reconnection with a person you shared memories with or you shared moments with. And in this video now, we'll be talking about the longing for reconnection with the narcissist. So the thing about that abusive relationship is you develop that attachment to the narcissist. Of course, despite of their abusive ways or toxic ways. And when there is distance and separation, that attachment you will develop with the narcissist is what is longing what it was attached to. And that's what missing is all about. Your insides, it's not a physical thing. Your insides are longing for that home in quotes it was used to, or it was acclimatized to. So in short, like your unhealed wounds or your unhealed self are longing to go back to that familiar environment which keep it alive, because something about these unhealed wounds is they crave an environment which is familiar to it. So your current worldview or your ego always longs for or strongly desires to go back to that environment that it has become accustomed to. So the urge and the pull to reconnect with the narcissist is so strong to the point that you may start overlooking, you may start rationalizing, or even filtering out all those abusive ways. And actually, this confusing thing about missing someone who's abusive, because logically, you know that they are abusive. You even started studying about narcissism and all those kind of things, and you've even understood that probably they won't change. But that urge to reconnect with them, that desire to reconnect with them is still there. Like that desire to just go back to their arms and just chill there is still there. And that's why it can be a very painful feeling. So, how do you cope with these feelings of missing the abuser? So, the first thing to do is it's important to accept that you missing that person, you missing that narcissist is okay. And it doesn't mean that you are a bad person for missing them. No, it just means that you are acknowledging your feelings. You are acknowledging what you are feeling in the present moment. And it also doesn't mean that when you acknowledge that you want to go back to them. No, you are just acknowledging your feelings instead of suppressing them or pushing them aside. And something we need to understand about the mind is, guys, like, it will use the fact that you are missing them to gaslight you into feeling bad about yourself. It will go to something like, if you miss them, It will feed you with hurtful thoughts like, you must be so stupid, or you are really stupid for missing someone that abusive, or how can you miss a person who's that abusive to you? Like, it will always feed you with thoughts which make you feel worse about yourself. So something about these thoughts, it manufactures new emotions, like non-existent emotions. Like, you find yourself in this situation where the fact that you are missing them, which is the actual reality of what's happening, is feeding you with thoughts or negative emotions which are making you feel bad about yourself. So you just have to acknowledge that it's okay, you are missing them, but you are healing. And in fact, like, missing them is just part of the healing journey. So don't beat yourself up because you are missing them. Like, don't hurt yourself further, or don't gaslight yourself further because you are missing them. And aside from coping with these feelings, the only way to address this is to understand that, as we've said before, like, the one who is missing the narcissist is not you or your authentic self. Like, that urge to reconnect with the narcissist is just like this subconscious pull, courtesy of your unhealed wounds. So your unhealed wounds are what's missing the narcissist, and that's where actual work has to be done. It's not about like thinking about the negative aspects of the narcissist and then breaking free. No, it's about looking at those unhealed wounds. And once we deal with those unhealed wounds, we'll break free from the pattern of craving this feeling of, let's call it, toxic love. You see, once you work on those subconscious beliefs or those false beliefs about yourself, you'll be operating life in this point of, you'll not be having blinders, like, you'll not be blinded by your past traumatic and painful experiences. This is because, like, the cloak of pain and the emotional baggage you are still carrying deep within you, like that baggage you are still carrying deep from the past, is kind of blurring your vision. So when it blurs your vision, it silences your authentic self. So once you work on processing those past hurts, like processing those traumas, like releasing those traumas, you will deeply understand that you deserve a better life, and the narcissist was just like this unlikely angel in quotes who came to your life so that you can see that there's something deep within you, or there's something buried deep inside you that actually needs to see the light, or that needs healing. And you will understand that the only thing you've been missing in your life, or the only thing you've been craving all along, is not even the narcissist or that other person. It's just your authentic self, like the you behind the pain or beyond the pain. So unless we reconnect to who we are at the core of our being, we'll always live this life of chasing illusions and fantasies. It can be chasing relationships or chasing that perfect partner, thinking that the moment we find it, it will fill that deep emptiness or that deep longing we have inside us. Yet all along, what we just need is to clear the bushes. The bushes now is this pain and everything, and we'll find that there is something sparkling. There's a sparkling gem which always lurks deep inside you, which is your authentic self. Lastly, be wary of this trap of thinking that when you're not missing the narcissist, it implies that you've not healed. No, you or your mind might be suppressing those feelings, and not missing someone or not missing them should not be a measure of healing or full transformation. Don't say that I don't miss them, so I've moved on. No, it's always important to address those underlying issues which made you susceptible to toxic relationship in the first place, or which made you vulnerable to narcissists in the first place. Not just brushing it aside because in this present moment you don't miss them. No, without really addressing those core issues or going to the root of the problem, which is mostly your unhealed wounds and your conditioning and what you deeply believe about yourself, you will find yourself unconsciously drawing toxic partners, or unconsciously repeating past toxic patterns, because these past toxic patterns are more familiar environments for your negative beliefs. So missing them, not missing them, as long as you've been through that painful experience from the past, you really have to work on yourself and heal, and don't use these missing and not missing them as a measure of true healing and transformation. Hope you found that informative, guys. So you're not a bad person for missing them, but instead focus on yourself and focus on dealing with what's making you miss them and dealing with the pain you're carrying deep inside you, and you'll be free. Until next time, have a wonderful day.